Sorry for the delay, having some internet issues on this side, but we are on to day two, round two of the 2025 NFL draft. Let's get after it. Let me know if my sound and everything and connection is good on your end, if it's not laggy, if I'm not out here looking like a Japanese action flick where the words are not lining up with my mouth and shit like that. It is Friday, April 25th. It is night two, round two of the 2025 NFL draft. Washington made its first selection last night, number 29, with Josh Connerly Jr., 21-year-old, 21 until November, left tackle who's going to be our right tackle opposite Laramie Tunsil in our offense. And the board is still looking robust as of right now as we sit here. And before we say, it's looking stacked, but Washington picks at 61. All these people are going to be on the board. I like to start this stream by saying, not a single one of us knows jack shit or dick about the draft. Not a single draft pundit, media pundit. No one knows anything but the teams who have their boards. If you see someone's big board like ESPN, when they put the Ravens' big board up on the screen yesterday, you may know something when you see a big board like that because you know exactly who and how players are tiered, scouted, and evaluated for teams. None of us know anything because when I'm sitting here going through day two's best available, who in the hell had Will Johnson, Mike Green, Nick Emanwari, Donovan Ezaraku, Nick Scorton, who I found out today has a name that sounds like a Harry Potter spell. His name is Nick Tedrick. Nick Tedrick J. Scorton. Shit sounds like some polyjuice potion Harry Potter concoction, but Trey Amos, Luther Burden, Travion Henderson, the board is still nasty going into day two. Siobhan Revel, Xavier Watts, Trey Harris, Landon Jackson, Swessinger, who had all that built up momentum to go in round one, as Azarie Thomas. There's still plenty of players sitting here on this board. So the one thing I'm not going to say is blank so-and-so will not be there at 61 for the Washington Commanders because we don't fucking know whether they're going to be there or not. We don't know. The draft is a very unpredictable bunch, but we're going to we're going to do some mock drafts today, and we're going to see how this thing could finish up. They have a board. They stick to it. They do not care about consensus. They do not care about Rio and company not loving the pick based on the board when we're at our draft party on Thursday night. They pick who they think is the best available player, the commander tag, and all that good shit that they got going on right now. How are y'all doing on this Friday afternoon? We got the draft starting up in 3 hours. Draft starts at 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock p.m. We're going to be live on Commanders Kings tonight. Me, Lou, Ed, Rico. We're going to be going through rounds 2 and 3, even though we do not have a third round pick. I want to thank everybody again who tuned in to me and my boys' stream yesterday. We always have a blast on draft day. We always get together, cook a bunch of food, have a good time, and enjoy the entire first round of the draft. But we're good, man. I'm feeling good today. Anytime me and my boys get together, it's a good time. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. My kids will be over with me later. Washington's going to get better whether we like the picks or not, and we have actual people running this organization. Cliff Kingsbury hit him with the Vontae Mack, no matter what. He left a little piece of paper on Adam Peters' death earlier in the week that said, draft the Oregon tackle on some Vontae Mack, no matter what type shit. But imagine if the Browns nabbed Shedeur and Henderson at the top of the second. Elite draft right there. That would be an elite draft, but they still got a long way to go. I'd rather be in our position than the Cleveland Browns position. And winning the draft during the week of the draft is not necessarily the goal. So whatever Peters does, I'm good with it. Law, I feel you. If they like it, I love it. Even if I poo-poo it on original immediate reaction, you know? As a household that's both a KC and Washington fan, please believe me, you never want to see your quarterback out there seeing ghosts. It's heartbreaking. This is an amazing and a smart pick. Stoked for JD5. Okay, as we turn the book from page 1, let's get to it. Washington's new offensive line going into the 2025 season. They've made it clear, and for anybody, including myself, who may not have understood, the priority this offseason was to put the finishing touches on the offense, meaning the offensive line, which now has Laramie Tunsil and Josh Conerly Jr., a third acquisition if you want to count Brandon Coleman rolling into guard, a wide receiver in Deebo Samuel. They got to it. They are filling out the entire offense. They're giving Jaden everything he needs on that side of the ball, keeping that frail-bodied individual upright, that great young bony quarterback that we have. That is what we need. So, love that, man. Did you see Juan Gotti's video? He said the Commanders called Mike Green and told him they were drafting him and then called him back and said, never mind. Are y'all serious? Now, me and the boys, we went out for breakfast this morning and, we were getting our last few hours in before everybody had to hit the road and whatnot on a Friday. So I haven't really been able to catch up with too many people's content yet, but I will get to it now that I'm at home and whenever I'm not on stream. We got a couple more days of the draft to knock out, but is this true? Is this something that's in wax and in ink? Who said this? I would love to know where my boy Juan got this, because if that is the case, that is crazy. Speaking of Mike Green may be off a lot of teams' boards because he was projected to go no later than top 15, maybe top 20 in the NFL draft. Maybe there's a little bit more to it. A guy with a high school and college SA case going against him, whether he did it or not. There's the stench and there's the embroidering that's on your jacket at that point. It's not a good look. I don't know. But we're going to see where Mike Green goes, where Mike Green and Will Johnson fall, including Shedeur Sanders. That's two of the bigger storylines going into night 2 of the NFL draft. There is so much value on the board. Is Will Johnson cooked? Or is that knee gone before he even got to the league? And they're saying his hamstring is strained on top of it. But I don't know. I know that on TV, they showed Mike Green when we were up to pick, and we didn't know. We got kind of hype about it. The Banana Pudding Boys were fun yesterday. We were on our best bullshit yesterday. Thank you for all y'all who watched it, because when you put microphones around me and my friends, anything is liable to be said. Anyone is liable to be roasted, including y'all roasting us in the chat as well. Was a phenomenal time, man. And while we were kind of sour upon immediate reaction, I did have Conerly as one of our realistic picks, man. The video I dropped the day before the draft about Washington's top 5 realistic options, Conerly's in it. So I know there was apparent interest. We talked to him at the Senior Bowl, the Combine, all that shit. When I saw Adam Peters' phone call to Josh Conerly Jr. saying, we've been sweating for 20 picks to select you, he was definitely the Vontae Mack or know what pick for the guy, man. Shout out to the Banana Pudding Boys, man. It's fun, man. It's okay as fans. Allow yourself to feel however you feel when a pick is made. Don't let nobody shame you into thinking you can't be upset. You can't be happy. You can be whatever the fuck you want to as a paying customer fan of this organization. Ultimately, whoever they pick, I'm going to support, because we're doing this thing right in 2025. Adam Peters and company, they get it. They understand it. Did y'all see the new draft room? Did y'all see the new war room? We actually look like an NFL football team. It didn't look like somebody was coming in with the solo cups and the paper plates, the potluck after church service concludes. The 11:30 service. the one that ends at about 1:30, 1:45 at the black church service. That's what it usually looked like. It looked like somebody was coming in with the rice, with the potato salad, all of it, all the fixing. Now it actually looks like a room where people conduct themselves, gather, and put a war room together to draft somebody. So I like it. Landon Jackson would certainly fit. I'm done confidently predicting what's going to happen. We're going to throw out some hypothesis and we're going to go from there. We don't know how AP moving. The local media don't know how AP moving. The national media don't know how AP is moving. It is a big mystery, and the faucets are no longer leaky in the building, man. Is Rio slowly morphing into Stuart Scott? Legend. Green reminds me of the Young fiasco. The group reaction be lit every year, and I can't wait for Commanders Kings later. Man, we was out here wilding yesterday, man. We was out here wilding yesterday. They said, oh, man, talking about Mr. Shay, Uncle Shay. I have a feeling he will never be back on ESPN. I have a feeling he won't be back on ESPN. But y'all know what we say on this channel. Shout out to Shay, man. Prayers up, and I hope it's the best for you. 54-19 is not math that makes sense to me. Will Johnson's speed is a question. So you think it's his speed as much as it is the injury medicals that are attached to him at this point? I know someone who works in the building. They never called Mike Green. We all know somebody works in the building at this time, right? If they draft Princely Umanmielen tonight, everybody needs to go to Lake Lewis Jr.'s page, subscribe, and say, show us the lotto numbers for the week ahead, because he definitely spoke up. Umanmielen, the basement church potluck. Yeah, that's how we've been moving out here for years, man. I'm surprised that Luther, if this world was my burden, is still there. Hey, we don't know anything about the draft at this point, man. Just you tonight, the homies dip. So we're all coming from different parts of the DMV. So everybody had to disperse, go back to their normal lives. So I'm back at my crib right now, and I will be going live later. It'll be me, Lou, Rico, and Ed today. And tomorrow, it'll be me and my little guy, me and my little Rio, finishing out the draft at that point. But, yep, just me tonight. But we're going to be rocking out on the Commanders Kings channel. Tonight's draft stream will not be on this channel. It'll be on the Commanders Kings channel. Make sure y'all sub up to that channel, man. Stop showing Travion. We ain't getting them. It makes you sad. Hopewell, Virginia in the building. League going to be inflamed when Milroe and Shuck go before Shedeur. Make him pay for it, Shedeur. Maybe this is the humble pie he needed. Maybe Shedeur being the silver spoon kind of coddled type of child, even though Deion makes him work for everything he ever had to do. Maybe this is good for him. He gets to face some of the adversity he didn't have to face growing up rich, you know? A little bit of adversity. You didn't get drafted when you expected. Guess what? It happens. And if you're actually good and you're meant for this league, it'll still work out long term. People question Will Johnson in man coverage. I've seen that as well. Stella can get her groove back, but not Shannon. Double standard is crazy. Hey, Tracy Ellis Ross was just talking the other day about how she liked younger men. But when you say younger, 54-19 is a little crazy, man. 54-19 is very crazy, actually. But we don't have to spend day 2 of the NFL draft pre-show talking about Shannon Sharp and stuff like that. How about we do a motherfucking mock draft and start to get an idea of what's going to happen at 61? Maybe we need to put a little bit of respect on the PFN draft board, because they got some of these dudes ranked. Like, they got Ezaraku as a second-round grade, Luther Burden as a second-round grade, Travion Henderson as a second-round grade, Nick Scorton almost a second-round grade, and here they are sitting on the board. Maybe we need to put some more respect on PFN. Maybe they're more realistic. Jack Sawyer do look like a guy that they would love, that like that would fit the character and the commander tag shit they got going on. When you try to pay off someone, it looks bad. But sadly, that's how everyone with money, for the most part, that's how they operate. They throw their money at all their problems and say, you know what? I don't even want this getting out there to the people because you're never going to win in the court of public opinion ever again. I've got Luther Burden as a 3rd round grade. I think he projects a little better than that, but I'm not mad at you for that, Law. I would love to have Luther Burden at this point. Let's go. Let's start this thing up. Let's see how this second round's about to go. First 2 picks of the round. Shedeur Sanders to start off the round for the Cleveland Browns. Nick Emmanwori. Oh my God, they don't need anything else in that secondary. First of all, Houston, are y'all gonna protect your boy or not? You did get some nice compensation in a trade back. You traded back out of the first round yesterday, but y'all are already the no-fly zone. You have baller safeties for days. Jalen Petrie, Kalen Bullock. You got Kamari Lassiter. You got Derek Stingley. You got so many corners and safeties. Every person on the team got 3 to 7 interceptions. Y'all don't need another freak in the secondary. Y'all need somebody that can block for CJ Stroud. Y'all just let your tackle out of there and you gave him to us this offseason. Y'all need somebody to protect your boy, but I guess that's their best player available. Luther Burden right off the board. Cam Ward, who was gifted the number 1 by Warren Moon today. Warren Moon shows up to the introductory presser of Cameron Ward today in Tennessee and says, brother, I'm going to let you rock my retired number 1 jersey for this organization. Class act, classy individual. I hope Cam Ward can live up to that heavy billing because Warren Moon is a fucking legend. How realistic is a trade back? Sheen, what I've learned and what I'm learning with this team is anything's possible. I'd say the closest thing to impossible would be trading up because we don't have the ammunition to do so right now. But you never know. Everything's on the table. I would say we could be trading back from 61 so we can add another pick, or maybe we pick twice in the 3rd, because after we pick today, we don't pick again till tomorrow. We have 1 pick today, and after we pick in the 4th round, we don't pick again to the late 6th round. So we got to make this shit count at this point. So a trade back has to be very, very possible. You know, I don't see Nick Emmanwori as a box safety. I think his profile and his build says box safety, but his range and athleticism says more than that. I think a trade up is realistic. I think a trade up sounds fire, but they're going to have to start pulling ammunition from next year because we don't have the picks this year. We got a 6th and 2 7ths and 128. We don't have picks to move up in the 2nd round unless we start including next year's picks. And we don't even have a 2nd rounder next year. We don't have a 2nd and a 4th because of the Tunsil trade. Make a deal for Trey Hendrickson. Everybody's like, fuck these picks at this point. Throw them for Hendrickson. Throw them for Ramsey. I think we may be done with the aggressive trading this offseason, but you never know. You never know. What up, Hannah? How are you doing, Hannah? How are you doing on this Friday evening? We're a couple hours and a half away from night 2 of the draft. We're going through some either ors and what's the board going to look like when Washington's getting there. They said the Texans are going to let CJ Stroud out if they don't fix their O-line. Ramsey old at this point. He's older than I would like at this point. Everybody defense getting better, but ours getting better than ours. We're going to get somebody, man. I don't want Ramsey. Yeah, I don't think we're in the I think we check in on everything, but not. I know Law. I know Law been on this train for a while. Trade Deron Payne. That would give us some more draft capital at this point. The bearded bandit is back dropping gems on our head top. We're bearded again. No more naked mole rat for the time being. We get a tackle and everyone for real be saying, fuck these picks. I'm done. We got a 20-year-old kid, young boy for real, man. What's going on, man? Hey, protecting Jaden Daniels, ultimately, there's never a wrong answer in that. Even if you have a preference elsewhere, man. We're getting JT Tuamalau, possibly Jordan James at running back. Not the biggest Jordan James guy, but I'll take a running back. If we can leave this class with an edge of some sort in a running back, I'm good at this point. I'm good at this point. We getting one of those Ohio State dudes. Fingers crossed. I would love to have Judkins or Travion Henderson on this team. I just don't know if running back's in the card for us, if this is the only pick we're going to make tonight. If we stick at 61, I don't know if we're taking a running back. But you don't know what these guys, everything's on the table, so buckle up, kick your feet up, and let's anticipate. Man, I'm about to run this draft some more. Hey, yo, just saw your watch party stream and everyone look. They did. And then we sat with it for a little bit and we were like, we all liked certain things, but it's a good pick, man. It's an offensive lineman. We don't need tackles for the duration of Jaden's rookie contract because they're going to get something done. There goes Ezeraku. So the Browns just started today because they got robust capital at this point with Shedeur, then Donovan Ezeraku, and Dal Scorton goes off to the Patriots. It got real fast, y'all. This round, they got to the shits right away. Burden Ezeraku, Amos Scorton. The board is already becoming slim pickings. Mike Green to the Bears and Carson Schlesinger to the Bears. Trey Harris, Rutledge, Azareye'h Thomas to Dallas. Hate that. That feels like a guy who would fit us. And let's see what the board is going to look like at 61. Femi Oladejo, a guy I know they probably love. After watching a video that Louis sent me the other day about the draft. Oh, and here go. Oh, did they not give me a pick? Oh, time out. Did my dumb ass not select Washington? I think my dumb ass didn't select Washington. We are not taking Pooh Paul from Ole Miss at 61 at linebacker. I mean, with these guys, you never know. But Travion Henderson was on the board. Darius Alexander was on the board. Jaden Higgins was on the board. Braden Swinson, Darian Porter, Andrew Makuba, Jack Besh, Kevin Winston Jr., Elike Yomanor. There was a lot of stuff on the board. Let me start this shit over. My dumb ass didn't even pick a team I'm mocking for. I'm just out this joint free ball in the draft right now. Hold up. I ain't even pick a team. Let me restart this draft. Let me pick Washington. I picked the whole league like a dumbass. We put it for 7 rounds. Since we don't have a 3rd round pick, it would just end after. All right, let's get to it. They had Travion on the board at 61. You never know. I know all them edges that we sounded interested in. Wow, and the draft's going similarly this time too. Let's see what's on the board. I would take the shit out of this trade if it's offered to me. Not going to hold you. We can look at the board. I would accept the hell out of this trade. And that's Adam Peters' former team. So, Judkins is there. Benjamin Morrison's there. Schlesinger, who they said we're interested in. That I don't want that at 61, to be totally honest with you. I don't. What's going on, man? I had to say to myself, quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Yep, that's the motto and the mantra going forward, man. Let's see what this board looking like. Michael Jordan got packed one. But what is going on with my connection today? I need to call Fios, man. My camera's unstable. My shit is kind of laggy. My bars are low, man. Verizon had a complete outage in my area last week. They need to chill out with that shit, man. Rio gets his beard back and forgets how to do stuff. We're getting Travion if he's there at 61, but he won't be. I think we're past the point of saying guys won't be there because nobody expected a lot of these guys to be on the board right now. So we got to just let the draft play out how it's going to play out at this point. If the board falls as follow, if I was to stick here at 61, Darius Alexander is on my short list. Quinshon Judkins is on my short list. I like Benjamin Morrison, but hip injuries terrify me for DB. Jaden Higgins is on my short list. Braden Swinson, Darian Porter. But I would like to make a pick at 75 and at pick 100 You know, I want to add an extra pick to make sure I leave this draft with a running back and an edge that I prefer. So we're going to take this. I mean, we're going to lose our 6th round pick in the process, but it'd be like that sometime. And now we're back on the board again. We got it off. Nope, we don't want to trade 23 back more. We're gonna pick here. And now the board is as follows: Braden Swinson, Darian Porter, Andrew Makuba, Kyle Williams, Elikeyo Manor, Paul, Omar Norman Lott, Shamar Turner, Lathan Ransom, Kyle Kennard. That is an edge I am interested in. I like Kyle Kennard. Kyle Kennard has sack production. Kyle Kennard is solid enough against the run. I've seen him actually do things for 2 different programs, 11.5 sack season this year. He gives me like his ceiling could be a DeMarcus Lawrence type guy. Kyle Kennard looks like a Dan Quinn type of edge. I like Kyle Kennard personally. Braden Swinson is cool. He's been a late riser in the process, and I would be totally down for it. I know that's Louis T's guy. Omar Norman Lott, baller, would be totally cool with it. Y'all boy, Cam Scatterboo. DJ Giddens, he runs high as hell, but he's a very good running back, and I would not mind having him in the room at all. Run high as shit, though. Xavier Restrepo with his 7 for an undersized player in the history of football. Shout out to Xavier Restrepo, though. Shout out to him. All right, at this point, who y'all picking here? Who are we picking here, y'all? Are we picking the track star, the raw but promising Darian Porter? Is that the best player on our board? Are we taking Braden Swinson? Are we taking Kyle Kennard? Are we taking Kyle Williams? What would we do? Matter of fact, fuck would we do here? What do y'all think Adam Peters would do here? Because the way we think don't necessarily correspond with the way that they doing things over there. Make sure you reboot that router before the stream tonight. Yeah, I'm going to do that as soon as I get off. And I'm going to call Verizon just to make sure. Yes, I saw Shiloh. Yeah. Like, man, I wonder what's going on with me if they let you fall like that, man. Yeah, I'm going to definitely be calling up Verizon, and we're going to have a conversation before, but it's stable enough right now. AP is taking Caleb Johnson or Oladejo. Well, in this situation, neither one of them are on the board, so they are not an option at this current juncture. A receiver or a running back, like nobody knows. Nobody, local media, national media, nobody knows shit. We're all just estimating, hypothesizing at this point. So Darian Porter, Braden Swinson, Kyle Kennard, Alec. Who's going to be Omar Norman Lott? Who's going to be the pick here at 75? We traded back. This is what our picks look like now. Still 5 picks, but we were able to now have 2 third-round picks. Instead of picking in the second, we have 2 third-round picks, a 4th-round pick, and a 7th-round pick. That's our bet. Our bet is some pick swaps. My boy. If we can manage to finesse some pick swaps, we be all right. Porter or Kennard, Porter or Makuba. Give me Giddens. Any chance Giddens is going to be there at pick 100? If you got 2 dogs in this fight, so maybe Kyle Kennard is there at 100. Let's pick Darian Porter right here. So boom, you now have an athletic freak on the outside with an insane RAS. This is a track star type guy. You know, you got another outside corner at this point that can run, unlike some of the last corners we had. Let's see what's going to be there at 100 now. Let's see what's there. And then, look, we get another trade offer. We can see if we're playing trade roulette. We are here at pick 100 now. Lathan Ransom from Ohio State. DJ Giddens, the running back from Kansas State, is still on the board. High relative athletic score. Versatile as a pass catcher and as a back. We need an edge rusher, though. David Walker. Are y'all comfortable with David Walker at edge? Let's just pull up all the edges real quick just to see. Josiah Stewart got some that he got some get off. He got some get off. Jack Sawyer, everybody's favorite edge rusher in the class. Jack Sawyer is still on the board. Do you like what you see? Do you think we could trade back 9, add 132, but we'd lose a 5th next year, meaning we would be without a 2nd, a 4th, and a 5th? Oh, no, I think we're going to pass on this deal. We're going to pass on it. We don't want to lose any more compensation for next year at this point. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Giddens and go edge next. You like Princely? Okay. Josiah Stewart will fall to 128. Take Giddens here. Give me Giddens, sign a free agent. I mean, we already signed free agents, though. We signed Dietrich Wise. I think they're prepared that they could roll with Dietrich Wise and Jacob Martin and Cleveland Farrell being rotational pieces. I like Jack Sawyer. I think we overlook it because there's no sexy to his game. There's nothing sexy to his game, man. I keep getting these Maryland juvenile abuse commercials, domestic abuse commercials. That's crazy. Let's see what's at running back, though. Okay. So we're at 100 and 128. This is the decision at running back. We could hold out to 128 and hope that RJ Harvey, Dylan Sampson, Scootin' Tootin', or DJ Giddens, or we go ahead and just take one right here at 100. What's the decision here? Peters goes to the board and takes linebacker Demetrius Knight Jr. out of South Carolina like shit. Probably. Them shits be nonstop. I want to steal Harvey or Sanders later. Then there's always a Woody Marks later. There's always a Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. That type of back. Jaden Blue as the scat back. And at that point, it's going to be a 2-back situation with B-Rob anyway. But what should we take here? 6th. For Jaden Blue, the 6th. That's probably the earliest I touch him at that point. Giddens is the best of the bunch. Sawyer. Jack Sawyer or DJ Giddens? Who Adam Peters picking in that situation? You know they've been looking at running backs. Don't mean that they taking one this early. We don't know, but Giddens is good, though. Giddens is really good. We can get Jack next pick, but I don't think they're getting a running back. You take the speed every time. Sawyer. So this is what we look like right now. We got Josh Conerly in round 1. We just took Darian Porter, cornerback out of Iowa State, the track star, 9.99999 relative athletic score. And now RJ Harvey is the guy with the Irvin comp. That's interesting. That's interesting. With the Bucky Irvin comparison, would be down getting him later. I wouldn't be mad at that, man. Wouldn't be mad at that at all. Giddens, fuck it. Let's take our running back. No, hold on. 1 second. 1 second. They see that Raz and say, oh, they ain't no relative athletic score. What we talking about, man? What we talking about? He's good, man. Sawyer good. Josiah Stewart's get up. Guys, do you want to go edge or running back here? What we doing? What we doing here at 100? I need a consensus. The running back class is deep. Go edge. Fuck it. Josiah Stewart, come on down. Go get the quarterback. That's all your job here is to do is go get the quarterback. Be okay against the run. Now we're at 128. It's running back me right now. Running back me right now. Giddens is still there at 128, y'all. Giddens is still there at 128. Bong. Josh Conerly, Darian Porter. So we go offense, defense, offense. We got 1 pick left in the 2025 NFL draft, and it's way down at 205. Let's see what's on the board for that final pick. Do some dumb shit like pick a kicker here. I don't care. You could do whatever you want in the 7th round, bro. You can have fun and take whatever you like. We have not a we have not drafted a wide receiver. You could go wide receiver there. You can go safety, special teams type player. You can go kicker, all types of shit. You could double up at backer. For the final draft. Pick that 465. No, I'm cool. I'm cool, bro. Dave, athletic Dave Blunts. Nah, I'm cool, man. He a good story though, man. Hey, we can say shout out to Gabe and say Gabe is the pick at 7th and start another one. Jimmy Horn Jr. Is he still on the board? He might be. Oh, he is there. Jimmy Horn Jr. is cool. He's small as shit, but he cool. We can go Elijah Badger, Jimmy Horn Jr., my boy Rock Taylor out of Memphis. Rock Taylor, I was been watching him lately too, man. Good size receiver. Not the slowest receiver in the world, not the fastest. I would imagine if we didn't take receiver at that point, we might not take a receiver at all, though. My round, you said my round 7 sleeper would be Bilal Kone if we don't end up taking a corner in day 2 or early day 3. Will Shepard, athletic day. That guy. Oh man. Oh man. First round pick told me the O-line was the problem, not B-Rob. True. No, but he's part of the problem. But we have eyes. We see B-Rob. We see the holes that he leaves on the field, and the B-Rob is a part of the problem. He's not bad, but he's a part of the problem of why the run game is not. We don't have a difference making running back, and that's okay. And that's okay. Not everybody's going to be that, you know. Maybe a nose. They don't really utilize noses here. Dan Quinn really doesn't like overly large defensive talent. Like he brought Eddie Goldman's big ass over here, but they don't usually do that. Badger's a dog, man. Badgers is a dog. Elijah Badger. He probably has a really good RAS score. Yep, see 9.3. You know, 6'1", 200 pounds, 9 relative athletic score. Boom. Boom. I don't know if they draft a receiver if they wait that long to do it, but this is what we ended up with in our first. This is our first day 2 projection, you know, because Washington only picks once tonight. I changed that and we picked twice tonight because I traded back from 60. I traded back from 60 and did a pick swap for 205 and number 100. And we ended up with 3 top 100 picks instead of just 2. And we took Darian Porter, Josiah Stewart, DJ Giddens, and Elijah Badger. We can go through this exercise one more time just to see what differences are in the board and what different options we'd go. Let's try to get us an edge in the second round this time. Hopefully they leave a fucking edge for us to draft this time, because there was a run on them. I don't expect Scorton, Ezaraku, or Green to be there when we pick again. And Green is probably off everybody's board. Where did the story come from that we called Mike Green? Was that assumption because they showed him on screen when we were picking, or was that like someone actually put that story out there that we called Mike Green? Does anybody know where that came from? That is a pretty good draft on paper. On paper, I imagine he's going to be getting to town today. Most of the first round picks today. Yo, you were watching live last night. Yes, I said something crazy. Yo, I'm telling you, me and my boys around each other, when we're around each other, we're liable to say anything crazy. I definitely said something after we picked along the lines of, "Oh my God, Mike Green ain't going at this point. He must be out here R-wording. He must be out here." Oh man. Oh man. You know, one of the team's executive. We talk about an executive, or we talk about a scout. What level of executive you know? So did Juan Gotti find that on like social media or something? Like, where did he get the information that we called Mike Green? Yo, I was wilding last night. It's crazy. We be wilding like that, and not a sip of alcohol was sipped yesterday. There were no alcoholic drinks at all. We just wake up unstable, unhinged, and ready to roast shit for no reason, bro. There was no alcohol involved. We know Daniel Jeremiah kept Green off his first round picks, and DJ is very plugged in. He is very plugged in. I remember when Daniel Jeremiah told all of us we were drafting Forbes that day, and none of us was trying to hit that shit. He said his boy's son was at the draft party, was at Mike Green's draft party. That's interesting. Calling a prospect and then calling them back, like, you know, that's like getting a job. Like, they offered you a job and then they call you back. And we actually found someone more qualified for that position. So we're going to have to go ahead and take that back. We're going to have to go ahead and snatch that back real quick. Hey, it was good talking to you, and we wish you the best, but maybe we'll pick you if you're on the board again next time we select. You know, being a fan, especially of this franchise, it does require being unhinged because it's a wicked lifestyle. It's crazy, and it's been wild here for a long time. Sources are, trust me, bro. JT Tuimalau, he seems like someone that they would like. We're going to pick here this time. Xavier Watts, ooh, from Notre Dame. I'm interested. Darius Alexander, my boy Jalen Royals, Jaden Higgins, Braden Swenson, Kevin Winston Jr., Alec Menor, Norman Lott, Kyle Kennard. So very similar board, but Xavier Watts, is that name would be calling me like the Green Goblin mask at this point of the draft, even though I know we need an edge here. That's a really good football player, and I feel like he's gotten lost in the mix of guys having some elite combines and stuff like that. Rio just saw Andres Borgala's name on a piece of paper in Chef P's office. I can see it. I can see it. We're going to keep your application on file. We're going to get back to you. I promise you, your resume is going to the top of the stack, Mr. Green. Thank you. You were awesome. We believe you, by the way. We believe you. We believe you. We just found a more qualified candidate at the time. The only pick we could guess was Jaden, like shit. Will Johnson has a knee injury that kept him from going round one. I imagine he goes, if he's there at 61, you might have to go ahead and turn that card in. Spice up day two with a kicker. Day two? Ooh, day two is nasty. Day two kickers is nasty. In the seventh, yeah. Danny Strutman, the linebacker, yes. Not in the second round, but yes. Like if we took Danny Strutman in the fourth, I'm cool. Cool with it. I could do it. Day two with a kicker is unhinged. Any franchise kicker. I like the Miami kicker. It's not just his name. I seen him. The note on the desk was very draft day movie. Like, I feel like that was Cliff's bit. That was his Vontae Mack, no matter what shot he was throwing to Adam Peters and company. You gave Cliff a guy today. I'm pretty sure Joe Witt's in the back like, Adam Peters, I see what you do for others. It's my turn. It's my turn. I need a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball. Braden Swenson, LSU, edge rusher. Come on down. Come on down. 6'3", 255, 8.5 sacks, and 14 tackles for loss. Makes it impossible to overlook his tape at 6'3", 255 with over 33-inch arms. Swenson is virtually every trait you can seek in an edge rusher. He's explosive off the edge. He has great bend and sink. Oh, you said he has bend? Say less. Say less. It's done. It's done. That's Lou's guy. Lou will die for Braden Swenson, bro. That's his guy. And then we have this long ass fucking wait. Our day 2 is over. I kind of want us to trade back from 61 just because I don't want our night to be over after 61. When we pick at 61, what are we doing for the rest of the night? What are me, Louis, Ed, and Rico doing for the rest of the night if we don't pick again till tomorrow? Like, what are we talking about at that point? We don't really have the funds to be moved. Ooh, and Dylan Sampson and RJ Harvey just went right before we picked. Yikes. Yowzers. Yowzers. The fan base might go ballistic if they draft the kicker they draft the kicker with the second round pick. You know how we have our reactions and we can immediately not like a pick. We talk ourselves into it and we understand it within minutes of it. You will never be able to justify a fucking kicker. A kicker is not a football player. You will never be able to justify drafting a non-football player on day 2 of the NFL draft. I'm sorry. I don't care if it was the second coming of Mark fucking Mosley. You cannot draft a kicker on day 2 of the NFL draft. That is not a football player. That is not a football player. I would be so mad. I would be so mad, bro. We got an edge last round. Let's see what's on the board. Deion Walker. That's a big boy. Josiah Stewart, if you wanted to double up, I don't see no need to. Riley, following the trend of players that they like, that they've met with multiple times. Quincy Riley was at the Washington Topgolf Invitational of Ashburn, the job fair in which we interview collegiate athletes. Fluid and instinctive cornerback with strong ball skills. The ability to create turnovers. We need those. We need to create turnovers. That is the difference, you know. Turnovers were like the biggest thing in the NFC Championship. He plays with excellent anticipation, allowing him to jump route. Need I say no more? And from what I've seen of Quincy Riley, he's a dog. There we go. Y'all want defense? Joe Witt said it's my turn. We went Braden Swinson and Quincy Riley out the gate. When it's time to pick again, it's time to pick from the running back crop of Woody Marks, a.k.a. Joe Quavius, and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Jaden Blue type shit. So there's JCM. Taj Brooks, a little bigger, but he's a dog as well. Jarquez Hunter, Jaden Blue. Jaden Blue is a little scat back, but he's a dog. He's a dog. He has a nasty relative athletic score, despite the fact that he runs a 4.3. It's probably mostly due to his size. His size is like all in the red over there. We Jaden Blue, Raheem the Dream, so Rocket Sanders from South Carolina. Quincy Riley is about 5 inches too short. Yeah, because I know they like big corners, but they did draft Mikey Sainristil last year, so it's another Mikey Sainristil body type corner. Raheem Rocket Sanders from South Carolina. I know a couple Cox fans that would be happy about that. Bigger back, but he's also explosive. We need us a running back here, guys. Who are we taking? Who are we taking here? Marshall Jr. at 205. Jason Marshall Jr. I don't like Trevor Etienne, man. I don't know. Talk about how the Cowboys and Eagles are. I've been telling DMV and tucking them for the longest time. Y'all not taking no skill player in the first round, bro. Y'all taking Gray Zabel or Tyler Booker. What did they do? They took Tyler Booker. He's probably going to be a stalwart guard for them for quite some time. We have no dog at the edge position and also a shifty running back. And that's all I want to come out of the draft with, man. Give me Jaden Blue, little scat back ass, man. Come along, man. Come along. And there we go. Just for shits and giggles, man. Just to switch it up. Kicker to end this one. We're going to do one more. And then I might go fucking take a nap or something. Go take a nap and cook some food. Prepare for my kids to get here later, all that good stuff. Let's see. Connerly, Swinson, Riley, Blue, Borgale. One more. Uno más. Let's do one more, man. What up, Devolia? Cowboys, as far as our pick goes, all in all, he's just a brick. Yeah, you got a dog. Tyler Booker's a dog, man. Yo, Rio, the Kings doing a draft show together tonight. We absolutely are. We will be live starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. I believe the second round starts at 6 o'clock. How do you feel about the TJ Watt trade rumors? It's leverage. After seeing what took place with guys like Max Crosby and Myles Garrett, it's all a leverage play. He not going nowhere. Guys of that caliber are not likely to be on the move. The guy that's actually likely to move is Trey Hendrickson, and the Cincinnati Bengals took Shamar Stewart yesterday, so maybe they have a reason to get rid of him at this point, but I'm pretty sure they would like Shamar Stewart and Trey Hendrickson to be playing opposite each other on that team. But they better penny up and pay a player because they paid both receivers, so it may be hard for them to do so. That trade ain't it. That trade ain't it. We are picking here. Oh, not even thinking about it this time. Quinshon Judkins. Quinshon Judkins is a baller. He is fast. He is explosive. He houses shit. He is a 4-4 running back. Quinshon Judkins and Brian Robinson Jr. have nothing in common but their position and they're black. That's it. That's it. Don't ever put Quinshon Judkins and Brian Robinson in the same sentence. Judkins is housing shit from 80. Sure, he didn't house that jump versus Notre Dame, but he has plenty of big plays at Ohio State. He's shifty. He's decisive. He has good vision. He's a dog. He ran for 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns as a freshman in the SEC. Brian Robinson didn't have 1,500 total yards in college. So before anybody jumps out there and makes that asinine-ass juxtaposition between those two players, it's not comparable. If we don't get what we need at edge, I got a feeling they're going to use Luvu more in this role. And Luvu did damn near get 10 sacks last year. So wouldn't surprise me. Maybe they draft a more linebacker and play Luvu more off the edge. I trust these guys to figure that thing out. Take the best trade at 61 this time. I want one of my Buckeyes, regardless who it is. I like the Buckeyes, man. I like the Buckeyes. Jordan Burch is cool. He's very big on the edge. If I'm correct, isn't Jordan Burch like 280, 285 or some shit like that? A little bigger. Damn. You know how bad I want to take Deontay Thornton here? Hey, if we go offense to start the draft, because I like it. The offense getting explosive. Dietrich Wise, you better get ready to get busy. We did get 10.5 sacks out of Dante Fowler Jr. last year. We did get some production out of some people that no one thought we were going to get production out of. But the problem is when you go offense heavy like this, you get the 205. The fuck, we not drafting no edge that's about to get out there and start. So it's like, oh my God, the offense is crazy. We gave Jaden everything he want. We finna win in the shootout every week. You got to get an edge somewhere in those first 3 picks. But I was just seeing how that looked if we did that. And you also have to realize and count towards draft picks that we acquired Deebo Samuels and Landry. Deebo Samuel, note Samuels, and Tunzel this offseason. So I'm cool with however this thing goes, but I imagine they want an edge with one of their first 3 picks. Offense, I think would be, this is a good trade right here. You go back 12 picks, but TreVeyon Henderson's on the board. Whoa. I want that 110 though. I want that 110. Yeah. Our fan base gonna shed tears if TreVeyon on the board and they trade back. We did give Kinlaw a bag. Yep, we have no. Yeah, and Kinlaw is our like tweener between an interior and edge. He came into the league at edge. He's currently playing D tackle, and they say his best football is in front of him. Peters is the guy that drafted him. I will gladly take Judkins over this joint, man. Tell Pat McAfee he is not a football player. I love Pat McAfee. Love Pat McAfee. Love his show. I love how he's changed the game. I look Pat McAfee dead in his eyes and say, you are not a football player to me, but you are good at what you did. You're good at your job. You were a great punter. Great punter. You're an athlete. You're not a football player. Kickers and punters are not football players. I don't care. I will stand on it to the end of time, bro. They got Dylan Sampson being projected in the 4th round, but I have a feeling that he's going earlier than that, man. What it do, chat? What's good, man? What up, Jern? Easy day at work. My best football is ahead of me. My best football is behind me at this point. Thornton, like we had a conversation on Commanders teams not long ago. He scares me a little bit because Tennessee's offense, from a receiver standpoint, is the most base level 3-route Art Briles, bear raid type shit that exists in college football. So it's going to be a sturdy learning curve when he gets to the league. He's going to cry in the car. There will be a run of running backs and defensive ends this round. Probably so. Probably so. Jern, who you want to draft tonight, my boy? There will be a run on running backs and defensive ends, and they're going to all them names we love coming smooth off the board as we wait them 30 picks until we're up. He runs 4-3, shit, like 4-2-8 type shit. So he just go deep every play. Well, we do need one of those. Every team needs someone who just needs to run in a straight line, Aldrick Robinson style. When Anthony Armstrong was here, shout out AAA, by the way, friend of the show. We need somebody that can burn them. Y'all taking Travion Henderson here, or y'all taking 73 and 110 in a pick swap with the Jets? If Sampson's projected in the 4th. That don't mean he going there. It don't mean he going there. These are just PFN's board. We should trade the second back and also get a future pick to get a 3rd and a 4th, and then draft the best edge, and then Sampson and Quincy Rock. But that's the mock draft simulator way of approaching it. We don't know how any of this is going to play out in real life, man. We don't know how any of it's going to play out. Henderson, quality over quantity. We get back to it. Swap them. What time does the draft start tonight? 7 o'clock, right? Or is it 7:30? I think it's 7. 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me check that, though, just so I don't have y'all out here ready to watch the draft at 7 and that shit come on at 7:30. NFL draft start time today. Hold up. Oh, no, that was the first round. Okay. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. I was right. 7 o'clock, y'all. 7 o'clock. Come on, Hopewell, Virginia's finest. I watched the video the other day. Travion Henderson, Path to the Draft. I don't know if y'all have seen it. Very, very, very good video about his upbringing, his relationship with his siblings, growing up in a tough Hopewell, Virginia area, man. A lot of good stuff, man. He seems like their type of guy. Now we're up here. We need somebody to go get a quarterback. We need somebody to go get a quarterback, man. What's the deal with Q Robinson in Alabama? He's small as shit. He's like linebacker size. Is he a converted player? Jared Ivey's a good run stopper. Nasty ass relative athletic score, though, like super nasty. But he can stop a run. Who getting after the quarterback? Diggs from Syracuse can get after the quarterback, and he's athletic as shit. Also plays for Syracuse, a basketball school. Yeah, that documentary was nice, man. That documentary was nice. We about to wrap this one up. I'm about to settle down for the evening until me and Lou hop on in about an hour and a half. Let me finish this one up real quick. Give me Diggs. Best athletic profile. I need somebody that can bend that corner and get to the quarterback. They were in the 6th and the 7th round. Let me see what we have. We got Travion Henderson, Fadil Diggs, Josh Conerly Jr. I'm with whatever for the rest of the draft, bro. I'm with whatever, bro. I don't have a preference. Rico's boy, Arian Smith, all speed, no hands. Ty Hamilton from Ohio State. You want to add another defensive tackle to the thing? Add another Buckeye. I like Mello Dotson out of Kansas, you know. Kansas got a couple corners that's interesting. That's not the one that most people are high on, but then there's my boy, what's McCall out of Florida. Willie Lampkin is one of the funniest evaluations in the draft class because what the hell even is a guard? What is a guard that's 5'10, 270? The hell kind of guard is that? What kind of NFL guard is 5'10, 270? That shit is crazy to me. That shit is crazy to me. Well, that's it. I just wanted to discuss some of our options in this second round tonight. As we currently sit here, Washington only has a second round pick tonight. Maybe we trade back and we can pick twice tonight. I don't see us trading up. Yeah, Kobe Bryant, he goes usually before I get there. Who is that one dude your buddy Lake was talking about? Princely Umanmielen, if I think is who you're referring to. The edge rusher, formerly of Florida and now of Old Mississippi. But if they take him, I'm gonna have to get Lake on immediately because he called that shit before everybody. I will be doing something, maybe a video when we get off stream tonight. I'll do a video about whoever we draft in the second round, if we even do make a pick there. And tomorrow I'll be live for day 3 for our 4th, 6th, and 7th round picks. I'll see y'all in about an hour and a half stat on the Commanders Kings channel. If you're not subbed up yet, smash that like button on your way out the door and go subscribe to the Commanders Kings channel because that's where we're going to be. Might be me and Lou holding it down for a little bit before Rico and Ed get on. Y'all know how we do on draft night. Hell to the Washington Commanders. Y'all make this channel go. Talk soon.